This is part 12 of examples pushing us toward a cashless society. So, in this particular video, we're just going to be going over news and updates of what's been going on with digital currencies. IMF. So, we are going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive later on in IMF. So, IMF working on a global central bank digital currency platform. Let's stop right there. So you know how we've been talking about how there's other countries, there's a number of countries that are trying to launch their own central bank digital currency. And so what hasn't been reported in the news as much is that that is a form of pulling away from the US dollar, right? Because we know the US dollar is the world reserve currency. And also it's a form of de-dollarization, right? And so this right here is huge. We're not just talking about a country launching a central bank digital currency, but we're talking about launching a global central bank digital currency platform. And so this not only sets the stage for a cashless society, this sets the stage for a new world order because we know sometime in the future there will be only one currency, and that will be the antichrist and the mark of the beast system. Right? Because eventually we have to become global, right? We have to have a global economy to get to the antichrist and the mark of the beastism. Now there's many aspects of this new world order, like digital ID, social credit system, so on and so forth. I may in the future do a video covering every aspect of the new world order. This right here is more proof that we are going digital. Deutsche Bank reportedly applies for digital asset custody license with BaFin, and probably going on in the future, you're going to be hearing about more banks doing this. So on a global scale, crypto and digital currencies are starting to be adopted. Here goes more adoption here. According to CNBC, BlackRock files for spot Bitcoin ETF with Coinbase as a crypto custodian. EDX Crypto Exchange goes live offering Bitcoin and Ether trading backed by Schwab and Fidelity. So these are major institutions that are adopting cryptocurrency, especially, these are some of the names that are, with Schwab and Fidelity. Schwab and Fidelity are legacy brokers, right? They're the ones that have, some of you, if you have a 401k, your 401k may be with Fidelity. Some of you that have IRA Roths, you might have it with Schwab or Fidelity, but these are legacy brokers and they're adopting Bitcoin. This is huge because these are institutional investors that are coming into cryptocurrency. Okay, so we're going to be talking about IMF today. IMF stands for International Monetary Fund. The IMF is a major financial agency of the United Nations and an international financial institution headquartered in Washington, D.C., consisting of 190 countries. Its stated mission is working to foster global monetary cooperation, secure financial stability, facilitate international trade, promote high employment and sustainable economic growth, and reduce poverty in the world. Formed in 1944, started on December 27, 1945, at the Bretton Woods Conference, primarily by the ideas of Harry and John. It came into formal existence in 1945 with 29 member countries and the goal of reconstructing the international monetary system. It now plays a central role in the management of balance of payments, difficulties, international financial crisis, Countries contribute funds to a pool through a quota system from which countries experience balance of payments problems can borrow money. As of 2016, the fund had SDR 477 billion, about US 667 billion. The IMF is regarded as the global leader of last resort. The International Monetary Fund is working on a platform for central bank digital currencies to enable transactions between countries. IMF Managing Director Krista said on Monday, the IMF wants central banks to agree on a common regulatory framework for digital currencies that will allow global interoperability. Failure to agree on a common platform would create a vacuum that would likely be filled by cryptocurrency, she says. So basically, she's saying if we don't roll out this global central bank digital currency now, what's going to happen is this: failure to agree on a common platform would create a vacuum that would likely be filled by cryptocurrencies. A central bank digital currency is a digital currency controlled by the central bank, while cryptocurrencies are nearly always decentralized. They're supposed to be. Already 114 central banks are at some stage of central bank digital currency exploration, with about 10 already crossing the finish line, she said. So there's about 10 central banks that have crossed the finish line as far as their development of central bank digital currencies. And there's the rest of them, 100 of them, or I should say 104 of them are exploring central bank digital currencies. If countries develop central bank digital currencies only for domestic deployment, we are underutilizing their capacity, she added. Central bank digital currencies could also help promote financial inclusion and make remittances cheaper. They always talk about how it will promote financial inclusion and make things cheaper, or the transactions cheaper. She said, noting that the average cost of money transfers stand at 6.3%, amounting to 44 billion annually. She has stressed that central bank digital currencies should be backed by assets and added that cryptocurrencies are an investment opportunity when backed by assets. But when they are not, they are a speculative investment. These examples are not the Antichrist and the mark of the beast system, but they set the stage for a cashless society, which then will usher in the Antichrist and the mark of the beast system. If you are listening to this and you want to be saved and you want to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, click the link in the description box. I tell you how to get saved. Have a good day.